og hingað til okkar komin, next on stage, it's Ian Davies from Gamber Johnson. Ian, welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm surprised. Usually when I present in the Nordics, my Nordic name is Ian. My mum still calls me Ian, but here I'm Ian. I'm the Director of International Sales at Gamber Johnson. It's an American company. I'm based in the UK. I'm very proud of my multilingual capability. I can speak English and American. Today will be mostly in English, if that's okay, so if you can bear with me. I'm going to talk to you about vehicle docks. Specifically, I've heard a lot today about retail. Not a lot of vehicle docks in front of store retail. But there's a lot of vehicle docks involved in the supply chain that gets that product to those stores. There's a lot of vehicle docks involved in lots of other supporting markets around that support the retail supply chain. But also there's a lot of people here from other markets in terms of emergency services and logistics and so on, manufacturing. Gamber Johnson has 4 strong brands. We say they're strong. You've probably never heard of us. We're strong in our market. It's a very niche market, but it's a very strong, we have a strong position in that. We manufacture vehicle docks and cradles and mounting brackets. I say we have 4 strong brands. Last week we acquired another one. What all of those brands actually are about, accessories to make the mobile computers that your users are working with, making them fit for purpose to work in their workflow, in the workflow you want them to operate and be as efficient and as productive as possible. We're a huge company, there's 200 of us, and there's 2 of us in Europe, and I'm one of them. So but we say it's a very niche market, leaders in the space that we do. We operate around 8 different countries around the world. But the really important thing here that is our go-to-market strategy is around providing rugged solutions for people like yourselves who've got operators in warehouses and retail stores and logistics and emergency services. They can rely upon the product, the accessories that we manufacture for you, making sure that your operators can be as responsive as possible, but also being responsive as a manufacturer and supplier ourselves. Quick turnaround, short manufacturing lead times, getting product into the hands of the users that need it, and things go wrong occasionally, making sure we respond really quickly to get that product back into the field, into the hands where it needs to be. We're based in Stevens Point in Wisconsin. Anybody heard of that? No, nobody's ever heard of Stevens Point in Wisconsin. American company. We started making wooden furniture. That doesn't sound very technologically advanced. We made wooden furniture that held the radio systems that people had in their front rooms, in their houses, to hold the wireless system, as it was called. With the advent of mobile radio technology put into vehicles, we got asked to mount radios into police vehicles and such like, and we haven't looked back since. That's pretty much all we do today is mount technology into vehicles. We export all around the world. 48 countries we sell to directly, and then plenty of others that we have partner network, like our friends here at Edico, to supply and support customers like yourselves. We make vehicle docks, cradles, mounting brackets, and we provide the whole range of accessories to put those devices into all sorts of these vertical markets. As you can imagine, emergency services is a huge market for us. But logistics, material handling or forklifts, American is material handling, British is forklifts, logistics and enterprise, and field service engineers, people digging holes in roads, fixing the AV system or the heating system, those kind of people that use a mobile computer. So why is docking important? Most of the users that have a rugged device, quite often they're vehicle-based, or there's a vehicle involved in their part of their daily routine. The accessory that we provide enhances the usability. The people that use them, they're not computer operators. You don't employ them to hold and carry and operate a computer. You employ them to save lives, to drive a forklift, to pack orders. And having a computer and having an accessory to make that as simple for them to use is where we fit into the solution. It's an accessory that enables additional workflows. So you might have a user that's on foot, but could they then use that same computer on a vehicle Are you providing them with a vehicle device that then perhaps they need to get off the vehicle and use it somewhere else in your operation? So again, it's about enabling additional workflows to support the investment that you're making in mobile computers. Multi-applications, multi-users on them, different profiles, IT supporting a single device, gold builds, heard about SOTI, managing devices, all of those things you can do with one device, but with a different accessory, you can use it in different parts of your organizations. Typically we're mounting tablets or laptops, and the key piece here is when we put them into a vehicle, they can be mounted safely, but also in the right position for the users to operate them in a safe and secure environment. And quite often, some of these are in quite extreme operational environments as well. People think a warehouse is quite nice. It's usually quite clean, nice smooth floor. Forklifts don't have any suspension in them. And even the smallest ripple in that floor will put a lot of vibration and shock through that vehicle. That's all okay for the operator sitting in a nice, comfy seat. But when you've got a computer mounted to the frame of that forklift, it's getting a lot of shock and vibration. It's quite a harsh working environment. People might think military, or ambulances, or fire trucks, but forklifts is pretty tough. We can put that device, the tablet or the laptop, where they need to use it, so they're interacting with it, running the applications, and improving the in-vehicle productivity that those users have. And so, it's making sure we have a reliable product. So our products go through a shock and crash and vibration test, making sure that connectivity, maybe it's a keyboard, a barcode scanner, making sure it's got power, antenna connectors, all sorts of other pieces that go into that computer to make sure you get that product ready to go and charged and connected, but also easy to mount. So if they're hopping on and off a vehicle, or they're in an ambulance and they're in an emergency response situation, in and out of that docking station, we build our products to make sure we support those workflows in and out of the vehicle. And more often, it's really a conversation about safety and ergonomics. How is that computer going to be used in the vehicle? How is it safe for my user? What testing has it gone through? And those are things that we can give you the answers for when you're making those decisions. So, safety, making sure it's safe, making sure the driver is safe, that's paramount. But also keeping the device safe. You've invested a lot of money in these things. You don't want them falling out as they go around a corner. You don't want them bouncing on the floor and smashing. Durability of the solution. You're investing in this technology for several years, making sure that the products, the accessories you have that go with it, support that long-term investment. It's stable in the vehicle. It's secure. Everything comes with a key lock. So is it physical security? We have, obviously, the functionality of the device. You've chosen a device that's got the functionality that you need, but how do you enhance that? And we can do that through our docking stations. Ergonomic, size, shape, reach, where is it going to be positioned? Protection of the device, protection of the user, but also protection of the vehicle. After sale prices of the vehicle, when you move that vehicle on, is the device leased? Is the vehicle leased? And so it's not just about the obvious protection. And then connectivity as well. Accessories, keyboards, barcode scanners, antennas, connecting to wireless networks, and so on, making sure we've got that connectivity built into the solution. So we're about professional in-vehicle solutions. Here's a couple of our really top quality, no, sorry, got the wrong slide. Okay, this is a bit more like it. So yeah, really neat, compact, tight, and installed with care. We develop our solutions in conjunction with the device OEMs. We're a trusted supplier with our OEMs, built to the same rugged standards as the laptop or the tablet. So whether that's crash testing, whether that's MIL standard testing, the same reasons you're buying rugged devices today, we translate that into the in-vehicle solution to make sure it stands up to the performance that you've chosen the device for. If you've been really naughty in our factory, you get to do the 30,000 cycle test of putting the tablet in and taking it out, and putting it back in and taking it out. And you do that for 30,000? No, we have a machine that does it. But that simulates a 3 to 5 year investment period that you guys are investing in the technology for. Same happens multiple times a day. They take the tablet out of the dock, jump out of the cab, do this piece of work, get back in the cab, put it back in the dock, simulate that kind of environment. The product is aimed at yourselves. People like us, we can put whatever we like in our car, within reason. But if you're making a decision on behalf of your fleet of users, it's a corporate responsibility to make sure it's fit for purpose. It's safe, it's secure, it's gone through the right testing and certifications so that your users can rely upon it, but you can rely upon it as well. We call it understand the workflow. What is the user doing with the device? How is that accessory going to help them? And what's their day job like? They're in and out of the vehicle. They're in a rush. They're not taking enough care of it. They don't own the device. You and I, with our smartphones in our car, we put it carefully in our cradle. We take it carefully out of our cradle. I'm in a rush. I'm not getting paid enough. In the dock, slam, out. I'm going to make sure it's not working, it's not charged. And we take all of those considerations in when we build the products to make sure it's easy to use and that product is fit to go, ready to go when they jump into that vehicle and need to connect and have a powered device ready. Features and reliability in the world that we operate in are usually more important than price. Yes, price is important. But if you're investing in a €1,000 computer and then you're going to go and knock yourself out on Amazon or eBay to try and find a vehicle mount solution, there's going to be something that breaks down in that installation, and it's going to be the vehicle dock or the mounting solution. So the features and reliability of the vehicle dock will actually hold up that return on investment. And it's part of a business tool solution. We know we're far down that chain. You're not choosing a Gamber Johnson dock. Great, I've got my Gamber Johnson dock. What can I put in it? Doesn't really work that way. You change your business process. You might have some new software. Now I've got a lovely Zebra device. Oh, I need to put it in my forklift. Okay, that's when we come into the picture. So again, we understand we're down there, but it's a really important accessory as part of the total solution. So where to use a vehicle dock? Vehicles, of course. Okay, so warehousing, the obvious choice, the forklift, making sure it's fit for purpose, rugged and reliable to go into a forklift. Transport logistics, clues in the title there. Again, another one on the road, where the user is in and out of the vehicle with their computing device, whether it's proof of delivery or whatever it might be. Emergency services, really important market for us. We sell a lot of product into this space. That is the true test of something that's got to be rugged and reliable and responsive. Ambulances, quite often there are two devices. There's one in the front for the computer dispatch, and there's one in the back for the electronic patient care record system. So two devices for ambulance. Fire truck, quite often again two, maybe one for the officer in charge in the front, one for the back for the guys so they can know where the nearest hydrant is, how do they cut this car open, is there any hazardous information they need for that building they're about to go into on scene. Police is a bit trickier. People think of police as mobile, but most of them are carrying a small mobile device. European vehicles, they're so numerous, they're so small. And my American colleagues, they've got 6 vehicles that cover the entire continental United States. And they wonder why I can't sell into police in Europe. It's because there's just so many other challenges. The workflow's different. It's their mobile office. They put a big 14-inch rugged laptop, boom, straight in the middle of the front of the vehicle. We don't do that in Europe. So it's just to understand what they need the device for. There are some very special use cases for police for sure. Field service, field engineers, having information at their fingertips, having access to all the schematics and to go and fix the heating system. But they've got to get there. They've got to get in a vehicle and they're going to go to where the customer is. Waste management, really strong. We heard earlier about food waste. That's not, there's lots of carrying stuff, moving stuff around, transferring, and so on, and tracking all that. A big market in terms of waste management. Defense, that's an obvious one. There's a lot of noise right now about defense. Putting things into vehicles, a lot of new vehicles being built, moved around Europe and elsewhere. But again, putting computers into vehicles is a big market for us. Now, I talked about, a lot of the chat today was about retail inside the 4 walls. We like to call it outside the 4 wheels. We start in the vehicle, but we've got manufacturing. If you've got production lines or you've got those facilities where you use a big computer mounted in a box on the end of a production line, we can put a vehicle dock there. I know it says vehicle, but it's a docking station, and it's a rugged docking station. You can plug AC mains power into it, keep the device charged, move the tablet up and down the production line, put it back in the dock. You've got a keyboard, full workstation, all those mobile applications unfixed. Public access, retail. Would tend not to be quite pretty enough for front of store retail, but there's some warehouses at the back where we can certainly help, and hospitality as well. Quick education point: a cradle just holds the computer safely and securely, doesn't have any electronics in it. Docking station that's got the electronics in, we work very closely with the computer OEMs to build those electronics in, all the port replication, power, and so on, antenna connectors and things. When we're talking to customers such as yourselves, you've usually got two decision-making groups within your organizations that are interested in this kind of stuff. First of all, there'll be the IT department. They're interested in the handheld, and then the speeds and feeds, the software, the connectivity, how that's going to operate in their business. And you talk about the device, how durable is it, how do I integrate it? And then you're really sensitive to the accessory cost compared to the tablet. Then we talk to the fleet people, those that look after the trucks and the forklifts. And now all of a sudden they're comparing the price of this docking station to a forklift or to a vehicle. And it's a whole different mindset. They're more interested in the safety and the installation procedures and how they're going to look after the vehicle. It's a different mindset. And typically you've got different communities from the reseller perspective talking to them. So you might have an IT channel seller talking about software and the devices and the applications and networking. But in the fleet side, you'll have people who are interested in putting ladders on the top and lights on the top and signs down the side and paneling inside. It's a different community. The good news is, though, with working with Edico, we can have both of those conversations with those different decision-making groups. We provide in-vehicle forklift, the mounting brackets, we can mount the accessories. Our Zakona range, one of the brands you saw earlier, it came from Sweden originally, perfect for European vehicles and the variety of vehicles, so that has that heritage there. We can mount keyboards, barcode scanners, printers, all of the other pieces of the solution that might be required in a vehicle or forklift. Benefits for you. It encourages a consultative approach to get it right first time. You don't just have the one group of people talking about IT. You've got the fleet people, bring it all together, making sure it's a consultative approach to the solution. The investment protection. You're making investments in expensive devices that you want to run your business on. Don't let that be undermined by an inferior mounting solution that goes with it, a poor quality in-vehicle solution. And professional installation will help protect the value of your vehicles. You might own them, great, you want to sell them afterwards, or you might lease them, and there'll be certain restrictions from the leasing companies on what you do. Let us help you do that. As I said, the people that use the computers, they're not computer operators. So make it easy for them. Ensure user satisfaction with the solution. They'll adopt it faster. They've got the right accessory that makes it easier for them to use and get on with what they're really paid for. Device is secure, it's charged, multifunctional, you might have additional accessories, and it's safe, safe for them to use, delivering that ROI. And then the fourth R, we talked about the three R's, our value proposition, rugged, reliable, and responsive. But the fourth one is reassurance. You're investing in technology that's right for you. It's OEM approved. You get service and support from Edico, and you get a warranty cover to match the device as well. All of those things you won't get if you go and try and potentially do this yourselves on the cheap and don't put a suitable and rugged and reliable and a responsive mounting solution together with the device. So, how can we help you build a solution? This question has been asked, what's the device? That's pretty obvious. What device needs to be mounted? And we can help you choose the right docking station or cradle. What's the make and model of the vehicle? Sounds simple so far. This will help us identify the correct mounting brackets. And then what's the voltage of the vehicle so we can provide the right power supply to go with that. If it's a 12 or 24 road vehicle, if it's diesel or gas-powered forklift, it'll be something. If it's a battery, it'll be something else. And we can do AC power as well if needed. What else is being mounted as part of the solution? Do they need a keyboard, scanner, printer, other things you want to mount as part of that solution? I'm International Sales Director. I do cover a lot of languages, all badly in English. So the only way I can manage to cope with this is getting some pictures. So get your smartphones out, send a picture to Edico, they'll get that to me and my team, and we'll work out what the solution is. But the make and model of the vehicle is not always enough. So a photograph of the forklift is really good because these are two forklifts that, if you give me the make and model, they're identical. But the one's got a cabin and one doesn't. And we need a different mounting solution to fit the different types of vehicles because it's got a windscreen or a door on it. So a photograph with a smartphone, really, really helpful, really powerful tool that's in the pocket of most people. Picture of the ID plate on the forklift tells me what voltage I need, the exact make and model. Again, another really easy way of just getting that information across to us. So get the details to us, we can then build that solution to fit your specific vehicle. If you want to know more, gamberjohnson.com and then slash the OEM name, all on our website. You've got installation instructions, test summaries. The IT department, yes, they'd be interested, but the fleet team specifically, the health and safety people want to know what the product's been tested to, crash test and all these other things. Product sheets. I've got some brochures on the booth if you want to come and talk to them, see them, but they're on our website to download. So if you're a Zebra fan, go to gamberjohnson.com/zebra and you can download a product sheet there. If you're a forklift fan, all of our forklift solutions for Zebra are there. Then you can get those as well. And all of these are for the other OEMs that I mentioned earlier. Anything else? Drop me a note, give me a call, or find your favorite Edico account manager, and we can help you. We'll help you out. Thank you very much. Okay.